saw Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Jeffrey, he shoved my face up against this glass. Cigarettes, razor blades, sex.
Okay.
He was terrified. It makes sense that they would have haunted me because it's all true. But of course, nobody believes it. And nobody ever will. Because that's how good we are at making things disappear. Do you understand now?
There's a reason why old clips of our program continually go viral on the subject, and we are very proud of it. It's probably the proudest I've been in this program, because what we're doing is we're seeing God's plan taking effect. We've been asking this question back when we had 10. How many viewers do we have, Alex? How many viewers did we have when we went live? 10? And most of those are probably my wife watching on like 10 different devices. God has a plan. It's humbling. Our clips have gone thermonuclear viral. There's a reason why we asked about this stuff from the get. You know, Pam Bondi's first interview was this program. Here you go. Here's a clip from it. Pam Bondi's first interview backstage at CPAC was this show. And we said, you know, in knowing that she had just been in office literally less than a week. So you can't fix everything in a week. Got it? You're trying to be nice here. So in the best possible way, in Cash Patel wasn't even confirmed. They were still doing the Cash Patel battle. There was a big question: will Cash get confirmed? So we put it to her this way, like, hey, you know, once Cash is locked in, you're gonna release this Epstein list.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Show to ask. Okay. This is something dog with the bone, something that is near and dear to our hearts. What was her answer here exactly? Let's listen.
Guys, something Cash has talked about a lot, and you have, when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and the people who are predators in this country. They've been given a pass, and a lot of Americans think these guys got a pass for a long time, and maybe even are still being protected right now.
I agree with them, though. You got to have your hands going, bro.
Documents, and Cash has made a lot of public statements about this. Where are we at?
I was briefed on that yesterday. I can't talk about that publicly, but you know, President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
Wow. Okay. So
a lot of documents.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So people can expect actual movement on this. It's not just empty promises.
Oh, Donald Trump doesn't make empty promises.
Yeah, right.
I think
that's right.
Promises made, promises kept, and that's why
he
we're all
He's
there
done a great job
to carry out his directive about making America safe.
No, the Epstein list. They did not. It's sad.
A lot of documents. I was briefed on this yesterday.
Yeah.
What happened to those briefings?
What the fuck did we get out of it? There's a lot of documents. And all the documents just ended up literally being nothing more than like, oh, look, here's a 10-hour video. Oh, and it's, 10,000 hours worth of videos of child porn. And you're like, wait a minute. Who was in the videos? And yet you get no answer. No, we're not going to release that. We're not going to release those videos. That's child stuff. We're not going to do that. Oh my God, why not? Like, why?
I think that answer would be obvious.
Yes, exactly. We're not going to release. We're not going to release the videos for people to go jack off to, which would be creepy as fuck, by the way. But no, why aren't you going to release the dudes that were in it? Because apparently, according to what they're saying, is it's like it was all Jeffrey. It's just all Jeffrey. Thousands of kids. And you're like, how? That's not true. Absolutely not.
We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Promises made, promises kept. We're going to lock it in. What the hell happened? How did you go from that? And I know as a matter of fact that she was telling me the truth there. How do you go from that to there are no documents, there is no list, there was no blackmail?
That's the crazy thing right there.
We're all good.
That's the crazy thing.
How does that happen? And we're going to leak it. In order to get this story out, we're going to leak it to the liberal press. How does that happen? Also,
Bondi is... oh, no, that's not it. Fuck. Okay, if you go back a little bit, somebody in the chat said Bondi is like Michael Jackson before the procedures.
Also, Benny of the past, put your hands down. Stop it. I'm nervous. That's what it was. I only had like 2 minutes. All the security guard, all the Secret Service was there, and so they were like yelling at me, you only have 2 minutes, you only have 2 minutes. So what do we do when you only have 2 minutes? We asked about Epstein, okay? That's what we did.
Do it.
All the clips going viral, Fox News played our clip last night from 3 years ago, December 2023. We asked about Epstein. We asked Cash about Epstein. It's become the single most famous clip of Cash Patel talking about Epstein. Ben,
Damn, Benny.
This is a major problem. It is a crisis, and it is a crisis that can be solved. We're not haters, we're lovers. We like this administration. We're friends with this administration.
Yeah.
Just like a
Win
friend
after win,
prevents
can't
you
stop
from
winning.
getting into a bar fight, we're going to get your ass kicked. We are trying to help. It looks like we may well have had our first victory here. Let's see. Judicial Watch, ladies and gentlemen. Justice Department says that it is reviewing the FBI DOJ records for possible release. Judicial Watch announced a joint status report
July
of
9th,
federal
2025, yeah.
reporting that the Justice Department,
Oh, boy.
the FBI, are reviewing their records in the FOIA lawsuit, Jeffrey Epstein related. The lawsuit request identifies clients, associates of Epstein. The Justice Department's disclosure is
wonder
at
how this is
odds with
gonna end.
leaked, unsigned, and undated Justice Department FBI memo that suggests no more Epstein records would be disclosed to the American people. Well, they have the records. They have to release them. That's how FOIA works.
Yeah.
It's
Well-
the law. They have
Okay, well, they're going to go against the law. Okay, you can't sit there and crash the world. See, I think what I think the major problem is not necessarily even that it indicts people within the government itself and like rich people here in America. I think there's very important people from around the world. That's what I think. And so releasing all the names in the documents might actually be the equivalent of literally starting World War starting World War III. Like, I think that's an actual thing, or at least an actual possibility. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why they haven't done anything yet.
have to give you these records. Maybe they can redact the whole thing, but what would that show? What if they released an entire binder of black pages? ALX,
Yeah.
you still got your binder? Poor ALX, he got one of those Epstein binders. You still got yours? Uh-oh, ALX still got it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an Epstein binder. I don't think we have it with it. ALX is in the studio. There he is! Oh, no. You all love ALX. You all love ALX. Look at ALX doing the one thing that you should have done, which is to search through. Let's just do a real quick shout out to ALX. ALX got one of these binders at this influencer event, the humiliating one where they all danced around with them, right? ALX, instead of dancing for the cameras, decided to actually look through the information in the binder and to see if there's any relevant information. He did the thing that you would do if you were a journalist. If you had a large platform, and you should probably be reviewing what the hell's inside, right? Instead of dancing with it like a prop.
I mean, I would assume
This is
so.
not like, I'm not trying to lash out at these, It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It should have never happened, honestly.
Yeah, it
What
was
do you think
it
happened?
was
He
a
had
bad look.
bunch of influencers
It
of
was a
says
bad
the
look.
Epstein files. What do you think's going to happen? It's like this photo is guaranteed. Then, by the way, they walked him out in front of the world's press. It was a setup. They should be furious. These are some of President Trump's most ardent supporters. People that appear on our show regularly. People we love. There's Little TikTok, Scott Pressler's on the other side.
WTF,
Cernovich is on the
bro.
other side. Cernovich has done an enormous amount of work on the Epstein issue. Very honorable and noble work. And they trotted these people out to humiliate them. It's an embarrassment. So, and these are some of President Trump's strongest allies. And so it's really, really, truly frustrating. ALX did the one thing that everyone should have done, though. Talk about galaxy brain stuff here. ALX actually went through and says, what the hell did they just give us? He immediately texts me and goes, it's all old stuff. But worse yet,
Really?
the stuff that's out is unredacted, and this stuff is redacted. So they're insulting us. It's all stuff that's publicly available. Flight logs that were released in 1996. Sorry. 2006, 2016.
Damn.
They were released a decade ago.
Really?
Old stuff. What Tom Fitton is suing over is the new stuff. So this is where the cookie crumbles. Judicial Watch sued the Justice Department and FBI in April after they failed to adequately respond to 3 separate FOIA requests, records filed in 2025 concerning Epstein and including specific requests depicting
I'm
the
curious
identities
what
of
they're
clients or
actually scared
associates
of.
of Epstein. Epstein document requests were sent to the Justice Department's office for information
Well,
policy.
okay, so
criminal.
here's one of the things you need to understand. So even look at this. Even if Trump was on it, just because you had an association with Epstein does not mean that you're guilty of all the child stuff and all the other disgusting things that
Well, I didn't say
Epstein
that.
is. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, okay? Let's go ahead and imagine. Actually, I got a couple of points here. You already know that that the Democrats were throwing everything at Trump. And they had Biden in the White House who wasn't even the president. he was just a corpse. He was a corpse as our president. We had the necromancers as the real president of the United States of America. Holy! But like what I think is interesting is if they really wanted to stop Donald Trump, they just would have released the Epstein files or released something about Trump being in there. But instead, just like what they're doing right now, the Democrats are shutting the fuck up. They are not touching this with a 90-foot pole. Because I find it interesting that the Democrats who will sit there and lie to people's faces saying, oh, the tariffs are not bringing in any money. In fact, they are harming they're harming the entire economy. Meanwhile, you look at the economy going, huh? It's going great. What are you talking about? We brought in $88 billion. That's a flat-out lie. You know, mostly peaceful protests. Oh, wait. We're, Jesus Christ. I could go on. But what you would think that they could be jumping on this Epstein list thing very quickly to saying, aha, promises not kept. Donald Trump is not keeping the promise, the most important promise of all for MAGA supporters,
So
the
what you're
Epstein
saying
list.
is they don't want it released either.
They really don't want it released. They want it to go away. Gee, I wonder why. Who are some of the most fucked up people in all of the government? It's the Democrats. And I hate to say it, but it's also the Republicans. Like a lot of those people are shutting the fuck up too. It's like they're staying away from this thing. They're really staying away from it. So yeah, it's interesting what might possibly be there.
Criminal Division review. Oh, so they do have the documents. Would you look at that? The Joint Statement of Status Report states, Plaintiff, Judicial Watch, Counsel, pursuant, anticipated number of documents, the FOIA requests, and dates. Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Ooh, look, your first spam.
Searches in process, and they are reviewing those results. Communication with Director Patel's Epstein client list, FBI search effort ongoing. FBI does not yet have anticipated number of documents. The U.S. Attorney's Office initial search ongoing. U.S. Attorney Office does not have initial number of documents. And it looks like the Office of Information Policy is also going to be releasing documents as well. Government has yet to turn over any documents, nor has it disclosed when any document might be released. Judicial Watch complaint references Fox News report, which states that President Trump returned to the Oval Office with the prospect of publicly finally being able to see Epstein's long-awaited Black Book, which we know is true.
Black Book?
Because we have this article from Ghislaine Maxwell.
So he does have a Black Book then.
You can either grab it or I know it was up. We put it up earlier in the week.
How about this?
As
How about
part
this
of
one?
Ghislaine
How about this one?
Maxwell-
What if Biden and Joe Budden and the freaking Democrats from the last 4 years? What if they like destroyed evidence? That's kind of my curiosity. Maybe that stuff got destroyed, and then so maybe Kash Patel went in there thinking it was all this, all that, and this is all he could literally find because they destroyed the evidence. What if that's actually what happened? And so Kash is like, Pam, well, I think we're in trouble here. It's literally all that I'm finding. Uh-oh. Maybe that's a thing. But then again, you should know if somebody came through and destroyed evidence, though, right? There should be some, like, indication that maybe that happened.
Trial agreement they they locked up her black book. It was actually stored away. Amazing. The black book does actually exist. The files actually do exist. The government has all of them, and we know exactly where they are. As we have covered, but as was confirmed in multiple phone calls I had yesterday with top DOJ and FBI officials, the vast majority, a mountain of physical and digital evidence exists inside of the Southern District of New York, the same district that defied Pam Bondi in giving the files in the first place. Allegedly, there was a dump truck that was delivered of Epstein documents, and it all disappeared. There it is. There's the article. Telling Maxwell's little black book to remain secret in court deal. Odd, that.
Okay.
So now, the feds are admitting that they have the evidence. Well, would you look at this, ladies and gentlemen? Daily Mail from yesterday talking about how much evidence they actually do have. This is wild. Give me that link, please. I'm gonna need that link.
It blows a hole
in the producer chat. Gonna need that link. Thank you. Okay. Let's go through this, shall we? Just some of the damning evidence that blows a hole in the FBI's claim that Jeffrey Epstein didn't blackmail powerful friends. Ooh, boy.
Okay.
Look at these photos and videos. Well, 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 well. Very interesting stuff here.
I think you should have to
actually not seen before.
Okay, how about
All
that?
of the federal exhibits. Dozens of
I
CDs,
think
binders,
you
mystery
have
hard
to
drives found at Jeffrey Epstein's New York
blackmail
mansion
people.
has cast
Why else
doubt on
you
the Trump
doing it?
administration's controversial claim that there's no evidence. Pedophile blackmailed anybody. Photos of the explosive evidence unearthed
boy.
by DailyMail.com show a treasure trove of potential proof that he was hiding inside of the $51 million
Oh,
Manhattan
my.
townhouse
Oh, God.
in a raid of 2018. Let me just be very clear here about this Manhattan townhouse. He was leasing it from the State Department. What? Yes, he was leasing it from the State Department. State Department seized this townhouse from the Iranian government.
From the Iranian
How the hell
government?
do you get a seized townhouse from Iran leased from the State Department? How do you do that? Before I keep reading, other big information from this morning.
That's wild.
Oh, yeah. Confirmed.
That's crazy.
Jeffrey Epstein was
There's
a CIA
no
agent.
way.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, from the great Data Republican. Data Republican saying that they went through let's see, this is from 2021. Jeffrey Epstein admitting to being a CIA agent. An Evening Standard profile of Jeffrey Epstein from 2021. He claimed regularly that he worked for the CIA.
What the hell? Okay, so wait. So he's a CIA agent and he was working with Iran? Whoa.
Then when it became inconvenient, just like a classic CIA move, he decided to cover that.
Oh, freaking froze on me. It died. Help me. Let's go back.
Data Republican saying that they went through let's see, this is from 2021. Jeffrey Epstein admitting to being a CIA agent. An Evening Standard
crazy,
profile of
dude.
Jeffrey Epstein from 2021. He claimed regularly that he worked for the CIA. Then when it became inconvenient, just like a classic CIA move, he decided to cover that up. But there it is in black and white from the Evening Standard from 24 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. He carries, this article is incredible. You should read the whole thing. But it talks about how he's able to carry a gun through Manhattan. He has this lavish life. He's connected to all these billionaires. Nobody knows where the hell his money comes from. Nobody knows what he's doing. He must be involved in some type of gun running. The next graph here, the next paragraph here, after he talks about how he's bragging about being a CIA agent, talks about how he smuggles guns into the UK for fun.
What?
Well, how the hell do you do that if you're not intel? Somebody explain that to me. He issued a pump-action riot gun. He brought into the UK. Now, you are not allowed to bring a New York police-issued pump-action riot gun into the UK. God knows how he got it into our country, a friend said.
Oh, man. That motherfucker is so connected, it's insane. The fact he's like, yeah, I just like to smuggle guns into countries that absolutely illegal and treasonous just for fun. Yep. It's like, bro, holy crap. What the hell, dude?
So he's literally smuggling weapons into our allies' nations against their laws? What kind of a relationship with the government must you have?
The best one!
It's all coming together. And the more they try and hide it, the more it's going to explode. The grenade pin has been pulled. Let's go back here and read some more of this evidence.
Can you pull up your other screen?
Epstein's victims,
Which one you want?
and even some of his former associates, have claimed in interviews and depositions over the years that disgraced financier secretly kept incriminating evidence of high-profile friends. We know this to be true because we have eyeballs and a functional brainstem, and we were able to read articles from Wall Street Journal and New York Times about how he blackmailed Bill Gates.
Wait, so that means everybody's hearing.
Yet, in a bombshell 2-page memo released on Sunday,
They're hearing the video through the computer, then also the video through your mic.
No. It should. It's not twice. It would be twice if it was like all the way up at the yellow, because ultimately what you end up hearing is basically -20 up. That's what you end up hearing.
Where?
So basically, you're only hearing things if you're basically at -20 or -25 here.
Are you
And up.
sure?
Yep. If not, then somebody tell me if you're hearing double.
Where
But
are you streaming to? I can go look it up quick.
oh well, I'm on Kick. So okay, if we're gonna do a little test, let's do a little test. Actually, that does look really retarded.
reviewing their records in the FOIA lawsuit, Jeffrey Epstein related. The lawsuit request identifies clients, associates of Epstein. The Justice Department's disclosure is at
Wonder how this
odds
is
with
gonna end.
leaked, unsigned, and undated Justice Department FBI memo that suggests no more Epstein records would be disclosed to the American people.
Oh,
They
okay.
have the records.
So
They
I guess
have
they're-
to release them. That's how
I guess I
FOIA
do
works.
got a.
It-
I've got myself a little bit of an echo going. Damn it. Alright, let me, I gotta fix my sound. So basically, I just gotta move it closer to me then. Alright, let's go.
Today to liberal media and a hacked reporter who hates Trump for some unspeakable reason after a series of historic Trump victories.
That should be better.
On 4th of July
By
weekend,
the way.
almost as like a spitting in your face insult to all of us,
Figuring things out, right?
the Justice
Oh
Department
yeah,
decided
you
to
gotta figure things out.
crack this thing open and piss off the entire world.
Piss off the world.
Concluded no further disclosure of material
If we
would be
wanted
appropriate
people
or
to hear,
warranted.
I'd literally,
Really?
like, yell.
Well, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
Pam Bondi, everybody in the federal government right now, like, let me explain how this works. We, the American people, decide what's warranted. We decide what we want.
I'm
This is
gonna
a
check the
country
sound real
for
quick.
us, by us.
See if it's see
Sorry.
if it's trash. Trash.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
See if
disrupt
it's
everything.
trash.
I'm
Trash.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
disrupt everything.
Trash. I can get it. I can get it going infinitely. Yes.
What the heck? How did you do that?
The magic. That's how I can literally do it by magic. Here, let me mute my mic. Actually, that does look really retarded.
Reviewing their records in the FOIA lawsuit, Jeffrey Epstein related. The lawsuit request identifies clients, associates of Epstein. The Justice Department's disclosure is at
Wonder how this
odds
is
with
gonna end.
leaked, unsigned, and undated Justice Department FBI memo that suggests no more Epstein records would be disclosed to the American people.
Oh, okay,
They have the
okay.
records.
So yeah. So apparently I still got a little bit of an echo in here. Ah, damn it. How the hell am I getting so much? Because the way that the mic is supposed to be grabbing everything here, but not back here. So how am I grabbing? Is the mic? I think I might have the mic on it. Oh, right. Ah, we do it live, everybody, and we fucking fail.
And if you've forgotten, that privilege of what is released and what is not lies with the American people. We have a voice, and throughout all history,
We got a
when
small
you
voice.
fight that fight, it is a losing battle. Eventually, with enough people calling loud enough, we're going to get what we want, which is what we want is here, detailed in the rest of the article. And this is why I'm trying to be friendly, and give good advice to my friends, okay? That's what I'm doing here. Trying to help.
Friendly and good
right?
advice.
Nobody
I just didn't have it
stop
close to my face,
insulting us
basically.
and saying that we want
Shove it in your
CP
mouth hole, it'll be fine.
released on the internet. Stop insulting us saying that we're some type of like mongoloid troglodytes that want predator material on the internet.
Yeah, we
no,
definitely
we
don't want that.
You can keep it. Shove it where the sun don't shine. I don't want it. You don't want it. What I want is a more full constellation of what the Jeffrey Epstein op was, why high-profile officials like Alex Acosta said he belongs to Intel, so let's give him a pass on sex trafficking with children, which is what they did. They gave him a pass to sex traffic with children. So who's they exactly? Why was this happening? Somebody explain that to me? That's what we want to find out. Are we paying taxes to a globalist predator cult?
Huh.
It's not that hard. It should be like the lowest possible threshold for you as a government to confirm with the American people that we're not doing that.
Okay, so Epstein was part of intelligence, and he was part of a ring of extremely powerful and important people to the point where it's like, don't mess with them. Don't screw around.
It's pretty basic. We're not perverts. They're the perverts. We're not goblins that want like predator material. They're the people who did that. Stop covering up for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop insulting us like we're the bad guys. We're not. In fact, the exposure of these people and the punishment of them is what a just society would do. The just society says we don't want to be part of a predator cult and protecting them.
Yeah.
And so in order to protect our own
Hell
children,
yeah, brother.
and our own society, and our own nation, and our own sovereign, faith-based, God-centered nation, we're going to ensure that people who did that, and I'm sure it happened, people who did that are punished. And
Yes!
the biggest
I
punishment
want
would be
fucking
having
arrests,
their names
dude.
out there,
Arrest
having
people.
their careers and lives destroyed. And it knows no party, right? This isn't a left or right thing. It's a human dignity thing. And we should all be like uniting hands and agreeing. Like if you hurt children in this way, then you waive your rights. Okay?
Yeah, kill them all.
You don't have to spend the rest of your life in white-collar club fed, which is what Ghislaine Maxwell's doing right now. Amazing.
That's crazy. I think it's
the government's claim sparked fury across the right. Interesting. Interesting, isn't it? That it's only us who are pissed off. You don't see anybody on the left angry about it at all. They're silent as the grave.
Yeah, they are. That's the crazy thing.
Oh, and there are some voices on the right who are very excited about closing this chapter. That's also extra telling, right? Plenty of voices on the right that are like, oh, move along. Yep, nothing to see here. Oh,
Yeah.
We agree. Yep, how could you? We
Exactly.
agree.
That's
Now it's time
what's
to move
really
on.
strange.
Important things like funding of foreign wars. Just, shut up. You know, it's like
that's a George
you're
Bush
such
thing right there.
frauds. It's so hard. It's so hard to like play the game anymore. You're such frauds.
Yep. Yeah, thank God for the
Seriously,
internet. If
I
it wasn't
just-
for the internet like this,
I don't
we
even-
probably would
I
have
don't
fallen
even
for all of
agree,
this, frankly.
You know, it's going to get me off on a tangent that I don't want to go on, but
As if you weren't already
yeah,
on tangent, sir.
there are a couple of voices that are too excited to close the chapter on Epstein. It's very curious. The government's claims sparked fury across the right, got it, including some of the Trump's own supporters who would count on the president having full transparency. Why did we count on that? Because that's what we were told. All right. And also, it's a terrible, terrible look to be protecting a predator. It's an awful look, and we're going to tell you, like on this program, there's going to be breaking news. Predators will not be protected. Predators will not be protected in our movement. That is going to be like part of the movement, like the core of the movement. We're not the ones who sex trafficked 300,000 children into our nation and lost them. That's the
so
other
bad.
side. They're going to have to defend it
God.
before God. We're going to be the people that go out and try and save them. Am I wrong, kings and queens? in the audience? No, we're the ones who are going to go save them. Any father knows. Any dad knows. I come home to my little children, and I think about the dads who had their kids stolen from them, like Virginia Roberts' father,
Yeah.
who was on Piers Morgan weeping about how his daughter was killed after all that she's been through in order to cover all this up. And it's, it could be any of us, quite frankly, right? Life comes at you fast, and we live in a sunken world, And it could be any of our kids.
Sunk in the
The
water.
way to stop it, frankly, is these monsters, right? To punish them. Now, the chilling excerpts and exhibits
slightly lower.
from Epstein's New York property,
Thanks.
many of the crimes took place, show shelves full of labeled binders, drawers packed with CDs, a closet on the 5th floor where a stash was hidden. In one photo, labels on the binders are redacted but are believed to have contained the names of young girls and women featured in specific videos. Another
Yikes.
of what appears to be a dressing room in the home shows a large safe that was found containing a large amount of cash and passports.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Would you
Oh.
look at that.
Oh.
Here's the full picture of the famous hard drives photo. And what you can see above the hard drives photo is a redacted photograph. See that black photograph? That's not a black photograph. Someone's in that photo.
Yeah, what's in the
Who
photo?
could it be? Do you understand like why we're pushing for this? Zoom in, shall we? If we can. Thank you, Killer Klein. Zoom in. Who's in that photo?
He's not zooming in. God damn it.
This
Do
is
your
a photo
job right.
That sits
There you
above
go.
a locked closet drawer. With,
No, that's a helicopter. Okay,
what
okay.
is, according to the special agent,
Okay, so this here is a helicopter. And this is a black box. That's clearly supposed to be a fucking frame.
Oh, I gotcha.
Who's in here? Like, this is the issue. This is the problem. This is why we're pissed off. Because they're like, well, yeah, it looks like you got some CDs here. You got some books. You got a helicopter. You got a black box.
I too keep random black boxes of the abyss on my dresser, bookshelf, whatever this is.
Bro, what's in the box? Show me the box. What's in the box?
A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything.
It could even be a boat.
You know how much I've always
in
wanted
charge
one of
with
those.
the FBI, the federal government's own documents, says they didn't put yellow evidence tape on all these hard drives. Jeffrey Epstein put yellow evidence tape on all those hard drives. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay? That you can't debate it. Why'd they black out that photograph?
Yeah.
Who's in that photo? Is it Clinton? Gates? Obama? Who's in that photo exactly? You know, it's next to a military helicopter, a U.S. military helicopter. Isn't that curious? Boy, you don't get that close to a U.S. military helicopter or take rides on that without some
Yeah.
real access to some really
Yeah.
powerful people.
Exactly.
Who was giving Jeffrey Epstein access to the U.S. military? Can somebody explain that?
His mom.
Yeah, that's a
don't know.
first-hand POV photo. It's framed. Who was given access
was
to that?
Jeffrey Epstein?
Exactly. Why they black out the photo? Why they?
Did you just ask who he is?
I've never paid attention. That is not something that I know off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to be said about who Jeffrey Epstein was, but basically, he's a billionaire who had connections with every single powerful person on the planet, like the entire Illuminati. And what he would do is he had an island that had a palace on it that had so many rooms and lots of stuff in general.
Well, I know about the island, but I don't know where did he even come from? Because he's like,
Oh, that's a story for another day.
he's just like some dude.
He's a successful businessman who decided to start doing other things. And apparently, he was also part of the CIA, allegedly, but everybody around him was part of the CIA, too.
Oh yeah,
so-
that's what they're saying earlier about the CIA thing.
Yeah, it's really weird, just all this stuff.
Black out what's in this framed photograph right here. Who is so important to Jeffrey Epstein and so
Yeah.
protected that they would black out that photo? That's strange. They didn't black out his books. They didn't black out other photographs. They didn't black out other things,
Yeah, exactly.
like the names on these CDs.
What's in the box? I want to see what's in the black box.
Why would they black out that photo? That's curious. Maybe the government could answer that.
Maybe.
Like, where is all this stuff? Where's this inventory of stuff? Like, where is it? So interesting. Never even noticed that before. The noticing shall continue.
The noticing shall
Exhibit
continue.
shows
The noticing shall
shown in
continue.
court at Ghislaine Maxwell's.
I'm going to start using that from now on. The noticing shall continue. I noticed something. What's over there? Dude. Oh, that's funny. The noticing. This is the age of the noticing. We on the internet are the noticers. We notice things. The noticing shall continue.
2021 trial includes shelves of labeled binders found at the house. What's inside the labeled binders?
Oh, what's inside those label binders? I'm noticing.
Oh, they're all redacted. Don't worry, it's all CP. No, it's not. Stop insulting us.
Even if it is all CP, then who's on the tapes, bro? I'm noticing. The noticing is happening.
It's not. Makes me so angry that they're trying to do the full, like, you're the problem thing.
Dude.
They're trying to be like, oh, you're all just perverts that you want this stuff. No, it's not.
No.
Here's a great one.
No.
Look.
That's, bro. Dude, okay. So, what's incredibly annoying is when they're like, oh, see all that blacked out stuff? You see what all this blacked out? You see that? The reason why is because that's the name of the victims. No, it's not. Some of it is.
That one just had a really long name.
Yeah, this one right here had a really long name.
The other one where the whole binder's black, yeah, those people just had very long names.
Very long names on this one. That's clearly from a name from here all the way down to here. One African child with whatever that guy's name is. Like, dude, it's not just that. They're hiding things. They're hiding stuff, and that's the problem. We don't, bro. Okay, so we don't want the kiddie porn videos on the internet. What we want is we want the dude who was in the video. That's what we want. Give us a name. Give us a face.
So all these binders. What are they? You know what those are. You know what's in there. I know you know. Shout it out in the chat. Scroll down one more. Oh, yeah. Down to this big gilded entryway of this mansion. You'll see here that they've blacked out, once again, more framed photos. You can see the creepy little crying babies.
Yeah, that's...
Look at that.
Blacked out that thing
So you have a framed photo of a bunch of creepy crying babies.
Yeah, that's
little cherubs that are crying. Isn't that horrifying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. What was that? Strange art. I always tell the people by their art. You can always understand what's going on with the art.
Oh, really?
Isn't that amazing? Would you look at that? Then the most important right here. Another image shows his dressing room. A large safe was found containing a large amount of cash, diamonds, and passports. Where are the diamonds? Where are the passports?
They took them.
Passports to where? According to the federal documents, the passports had pseudonyms on them. How powerful do you have to be? What? Exactly what do you have to do for a career and a profession in order to get a nation, a foreign nation, a sovereign nation, to give you a fake name and a fake passport? How does that work exactly? Oh, did we note on the show, did we tell y'all that Jeffrey Epstein bragged about being a CIA agent about 25 years ago? One of the safes, on top of one of the safe, was 2 binders full of CDs, along with other items. One particularly damning box of hard drives was found sealed with evidence tape. But the FBI agent in charge admitted on the stand that it wasn't their tape, suggesting that the date could go back to the first raid at his Palm Beach mansion during 2016 investigation, which resulted in Epstein getting a sweetheart deal. The resurfaced images were revealed in court during the trial of Epstein's Madame, Ghislaine Maxwell, convicted in 2021 of procuring young girls for him to abuse. Now serving a 20-year sentence. Epstein's waiting trial on sex trafficking charges when he died by suicide in jail.
How do you... Okay.
Debatable.
How do you procure young girls? Hey, baby, go out there, procure me some young girls. Like, how do you do that? What do they look at? Is this like girls off the street? Like, yoink, you're coming with me now. What is going on? I'm just so confused by all this. Holy. What? What, Fierce Nico? I don't get this at all. The joke is ruined. Because you ruined the joke. Why'd you ruin the joke? That's so weird.
Trump supporters and other skeptics have speculated for years that the convicted sex offender did not kill himself in prison, was murdered, so that he would be able to implicate high-profile people in his crime. The fiasco over the Epstein evidence has put Attorney General Pam Bondi under intense mounting pressure. All three had previously pushed conspiracy theories about Epstein's death. Facing back to questions of stonewalling, the controversy has led to former Trump advisor and ally Elon Musk to form his own political party and then to claim that other people were implicated in this.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna keep noticing. I am noticing. I am continually noticing. And then you were like, noticing me, senpai. Ha 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 ha. La, 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 la. You fucked up the joke. LOL.
One of the people that he claimed was implicated in it is Steve Bannon, who actually, Steve Bannon has a pretty interesting documentary that he's working on with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. I confirmed this with Steve actually yesterday. I said, is this real? There's like a documentary. Steve Bannon sat with Jeffrey Epstein and filmed like hours of interview questions with him. Okay. I didn't get the full piece, but I'll tell you what Steve told me. He said they're working on a multi-part series documentary with Epstein. Epstein doesn't have a lot of interviews. Bannon sat down with him. Now Bannon's calling for a special counsel, which is a great, great move. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Steve Bannon. Trump must appoint special prosecutor to investigate the Epstein files. Guys, can you re-up this article? So we can read it?
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, please make sure that these are...
It was I think he was talking about a special advisor or something like that.
Great, thanks, guys. Putting the show together live because there's just so much breaking news that's happening right now. Steve Bannon demands a special prosecutor to investigate the Epstein files. Great idea. MAGA firebrand Steve Bannon has called for a special prosecutor to investigate Epstein's files after President Trump's attorney general denied the late pedophile had a list of high-profile clients. Bannon's Trump former chief strategist said it would be easy to release court documents in the case and that the special prosecutor could uncover who else was involved in Epstein's disgusting crimes. The attorney general, I believe, needs to go to the court and ask for a complete unsealing of the files and answer Tom Fitton's Judicial Watch emails, Bannon told the Telegraph. Now, this is what's been told to us from very high levels at the DOJ and the FBI. We broke this on the show, but we'll explain very quickly here what's happening. All of this evidence that we showed you in the previous article, all of that evidence, it wasn't sold at market. The government does have it. It wasn't destroyed. It's been used in trials before. You can't.
I mean, look at this.
Listen, you can't go use all this stuff in a trial to put away Ghislaine Maxwell, which they did. This is why we have these photos. You can't go use all this stuff in a trial and then act like it never appeared. We have the photographs of it. It's been shown to courts and juries and judges, right? And Ghislaine Maxwell, who's appealing her case, has a right to it, right? So the court fully understands all of the evidence. And they have a right to that evidence. And they have a right to see it and use it in their own favor. So it's not been disappeared. It's not been destroyed. The people who are like, they destroyed it all. That's not true. At least not with this stuff. That box of hard drives from the first. Now that would be fascinating. The insinuation is that that's from the sweetheart deal. That box of hard drives is from when Jeffrey Epstein got a sweetheart deal from Alex Acosta for belonging to Intel.
Oh, okay.
Those evidence files and red yellow tape. The evidence tape is from when he first got off on federal charges that should have landed him in prison for the rest of his life.
Damn.
Boy, if they date all the way back to then, how much true evidence does the government have?
That's scary to think about.
That's
scary to think about it, and they just
Project
literally hit it
of evidence.
He's been doing this forever, and literally the government was like, "Uh-oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Anyways, go ahead, keep doing that." What? That is so bad. That is just absolutely terrible. You agree? That's terrible, right?
Yeah, that sounds like our government, though.
Freaking.
At least steering Biden.
Yeah, of course, Joe Biden. Fucking.
And apparently also still now.
Yeah, apparently still now. God.
It's confusing.
We are sitting above the precipice, ladies and gentlemen. The bomb is fused. It is ticking, and it is going to explode. I'm telling you, man. This thing is the bomb's gonna drop here. It's gonna be biblical. Once this stuff finally gets out, it's gonna be so very bad.
So
inside
bad,
of that box there, do we have the explanation of Bill Clinton liking him young? Inside of that box, do we have that explanation?
Oh,
Because here's what the victims told the court in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. The victim said Bill Clinton liked him young. That's what they said. Were Jeffrey Epstein's own
How young are we
words.
talking about here? Jesus.
Bill Clinton, of course, continued his relationship after Jeffrey Epstein caught a case for being a sex pest, criminal trafficker. Bill Clinton loved it.
Wow.
Is that why Bill Clinton had this painting hanging in Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan mansion? Is that why? Why would you get an oil painting of Bill Clinton? Where's this painting exactly? Can the Fed, listen, the clip that's going so viral right now is Cash on our show. A direct message to Cash. Where's this painting? This painting is not abuse material. I mean, it might be abusive to Bill Clinton. Right? If you're Bill Clinton, it's abuse material.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to see, right.
It abuses my eyes. Yeah. God damn, put that thing away. It's a weapon of mass destruction. Ah.
It'd be nice to see Bill Clinton on the other end of that stick, for once in his life. Bill Clinton, the serial abuser.
I'm going to need a good eye bleaching after
maybe
this.
Getting a taste of his own medicine. Why this painting? Why Ghislaine Maxwell at Bill Clinton's only daughter's wedding? Why? Why'd she have a seat of honor there?
Really?
This is long after. This is like a decade after Jeffrey Epstein caught a case for being a predator and a pedophile. Why? Man, it'd be great to haul in Clinton and ask these questions. But at the very least, can the government please tell us where this oil paint?
Do you think that Hillary Clinton was fucking around on Bill?
I mean, he was fucking around on her, so I won't be surprised.
Well, I mean, that makes sense for a freaking president of the United States and the husband. It makes sense. I wonder if she was doing the same thing. I wonder if he's a cook. I wonder if his daughter is actually his. Yikes! The yikesness on this. Open up a can of worms on that one. Let's not go there.
I think of Bill Clinton is clearly
God, no.
This isn't abuse material to anyone other than
it
Bill
is
Clinton.
to me.
So where is it? Where do you have this painting? Can I go see it?
No.
Where's it? Who's storing this?
I
get your point, sir, but nobody wants to see that. And if you do, I want to know why.
Bro. I will pay you $20 to go see this painting.
I will pay you -$20. Please don't make me.
Aren't you the government? I will pay you $20.
Where's it hanging exactly? Yeah,
Hopefully
exactly. Can I buy it at auction? Right.
It probably will be, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Bannon said this on.
Someone in the chat just said Trump is a sick pedo. What? Okay. No.
Trump made that painting, that's why.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be funny. Oh Jesus Christ, that'd be funny.
Room. Got to release the Epstein files. It comes as Attorney General Pam Bondi's Justice Department said over the weekend that there was nothing more to say on the case. Such a bad strategy. Such a bad strategy. All my conversations internally with the administration are just like people who are really wise when it comes to this kind of stuff, talking about the nightmare of the rollout here. And some of them aren't wise to I've seen all the documents. I've not gotten that. I've seen them all. Virtually no one's, really seen them. They're under seal pending an appeal from Ghislaine Maxwell. But what you could do is you could come out and say, we're going to release them all after this appeal is done. Or we're going to fight with the judge in order to release them all now. We'll release as much as we can now. Or you could set up a special counsel. The single worst thing you could possibly do is to tell everyone to shut up.
Yeah.
And then to release this dumbass memo on Sunday night after an epic 4th of July weekend. And take all that good energy and turn it into bad energy.
Yeah,
it's the worst
sucks,
thing you
bro.
could do. And that's what many people are so angry about. I'm telling you, the conversations I'm having, people are furious about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the conversations is Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is...
Stevie.
Trump. He really is the beating heart of MAGA, the beating heart of the of this movement that he himself helped stitch together over the course of decades, and now Steve Bannon is making a defense for all of us and saying you need a special counsel and you need one now. Here we go.
We don't control the Justice Department. We don't control the FBI. We don't control the CIA. We don't control all the agencies that Tulsi oversees. We don't control the Pentagon. That part of the apparatus that is the deep state and the administrative state around it, they control it. We don't. They just see Trump as a passing figure, like they see everybody as a passing figure. They had 2 coups. They took out Kennedy in a coup. They took out Nixon in a coup, right? And they took out Trump in the first time in a coup. They got 3.
And they tried to set him up to be
this
killed.
Audience and this president, this is what his moral authority is. He said, screw you. They wanted to go to Mar-a-Lago. This audience said, fuck yourself. We're not going to do that. We are going to fight and get it back, and now we're back.
Okay, so the fact that he said that they view him as just a passing figure, I don't think that can be understated. I think that's like vital. I think he's right. I think he's right on that. They think, oh yeah, no, he's just a passing figure. We'll get through this, next 4 years or whatever, and then we'll move on and continue doing what we're doing. But for now, we just need to kind of like lie low and just pretend nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened.
It's the first time they've ever been defeated, and now we must run the tables. If we don't run the tables, they're going to destroy us.
All the
and
tables.
You know what? We will deserve to be destroyed. If we don't do this now, we deserve to be destroyed. This is what the thing of victory is. It's not permanent until we permanently take them apart, and it can be done. They're cowering. With all their power and all their control, they understand that we're the mortal threat to them. And this is why they try to suck us into these sideshows. Like, let's go regime change Persia and get you sucked in for 25 years. Let's get you into a land war near Stalingrad and Kursk. How about that? Let's go do that.
We're winning.
Yeah.
We're winning. The Justice Department and FBI had not responded to Tom Fitton until we started pushing back. I think they were going to try and literally kill this thing in its jail cell. But now that we're uncovering information like this, that Epstein was a CIA agent and bragged about it, never seen that article before in my life. Incredible. The government is bending the knee, slowly but surely, telling Tom Fitton, no, you're right. We do have all these files. Yes, it's true. They weren't sitting on my desk, but they do exist. And so we're gonna have to do something about it. It's just beautiful. Oh, it's just beautiful. So it's working, ladies and gentlemen. It's working. It's incredible. This pressure works.
It does. Yeah, no. It's a good thing that okay, so it's a good thing that we the people are like, I don't care. We're figuring this out because we have the internet and we're looking at the stuff going, hello. Oh, do you remember when you said this? Do you remember when you said that? Like, yeah, we're figuring it out.
Just one quick explanation of how many people are calling this out. Just real fast here. And then we're going to have the great Anna Polina Luna join the program. Everyone is. We haven't played these clips yet on the program, but I want to just do a quick rundown. Bannon's calling for a special counsel. Tucker Carlson's calling it an absolute total cover-up of Jeffrey Epstein's murder and crimes.
Wow, okay. Was it the Jews' fault?
Glenn Beck is calling for Pam Bondi to resign. Megyn Kelly is calling for Pam Bondi to resign.
Ooh, I don't know about
Epstein
resigning, bro.
Family is out saying the government is lying to us. They've lied to our faces.
I don't know about that, Pam.
We're the bereaved family, and they won't give us any information.
We're the bereaved family.
Tucker's takedown, particularly savage. Here we go.
So they're not stupid.
But how can you say that thousands of children were raped, but I'm not going to find out who raped them?
Yeah.
No! Right there. That.
How can you say that?
I agree completely.
They said that. By the way, when Pam Bondi went on television and said, I have a videotape of kids getting abused, I followed this case closely, and I know a lot of the people involved, as I've told you.
Oh, my.
I had no idea. I didn't know that. Really? Thousands of children got raped?
Yeah.
Who raped them? Where are the rapists? Like, why aren't they in jail? This is the Department of Justice.
Yes.
That is so crazy. This is honestly one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And I just think it's very dangerous to play around with this stuff. Like, very dangerous.
Well, it's,
I don't want a revolution, but if you wanted a revolution, this is how you would act.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, that is exactly how you act. That's
Tucker
exactly
called for a
what you do.
revolution. Whew. Tucker pulling a Tim Pool, Civil War. There is a long list of people calling for Pam Bondi to resign over this. Very powerful. This is not inconsequential.
Really? Oh, Pam.
We're talking
you got
about the
yourself in
living,
big
beating,
trouble.
breathing, red, bloody heart of the MAGA movement. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Steve Bannon,
Yeah.
Tom Fitton. People who have fought beside Trump, his strongest allies, his greatest allies in this country, in this movement,
Oh.
are really making some noise.
I got 2 other videos that I want to watch about this in particular. Benny's happened to pop up, and I would agree. You know, it's what I think is fascinating though is that they want Pam Bondi to resign over this.
Pam's the blonde, right?
She's the mad blonde, yeah. Oh my God! Sounds just like that. It will never happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay.
I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah.
Thinking of the other one.
Okay. Well, so I got 2 more to look at. So Asmongold and Charlie Kirk also, of course, we're talking about this, and we're gonna go ahead and see their opinions and see what else is kind of popping out there. Personally, I will say this is a huge disappointment. This, out of like everything that Trump was campaigning on, this was probably at least a top five running, or what do you call that, top 5 issue to run on. And the fact that Trump is just like, what, you're still talking about Epstein? You're still talking about Epstein? Why are you talking about him? We got we got Texas over here. Texas. Like, bro, come on, dude. This is a major issue, and for the fact that you're just kind of like shooing it off as like, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. It's like, you know, for us, the American people, it's a big deal. You better do something about it. Hence why it's getting so much coverage. So let's go to Charlie Kirk and see what the heck he's all about here. What his whoopsies. You just give me a second here. I gotta unmute my list.
Mark, great to
Here we go.
Joining us now is Mark Halperin, editor-in-chief of Two Way and host of Next Up on the Megyn Kelly Network. Mark, great to see you. Mark, I caught your interview with Megyn Kelly, I think it was yesterday, where you were discussing the Epstein story. This is an unusual one where it seems as if it is growing in its interest and with velocity over the last couple of days. What is your analysis as a reporter of how the...
Is it an analysis or is it a noticing? He's probably noticing. He's not reporting. Subscribe for more noticing. All the noticings.
Trump administration has handled this, and what would you say is the political implications of this?
Yeah, what's the deal?
Well, first of all, nice to be back. And if you want to know why I'm not, as is our usual practice, wearing a ripped and wrinkled T-shirt, it's because I had your friend Michael Knowles on my podcast today. And as you know, he's an Ivy League dweeb. I knew he'd wear a sports jacket.
Oh, no.
That's right. He always dresses up.
That's why I'm overdressed.
He's a dweeb.
Okay, so there's at least 4 reasons why you would think the president...
I love how he just totally insults Michael Knowles, just instantly, just like, yeah, fucking, he's a dweeb. This is why I'm overdressed right now. It's because of him. It's his fault.
And the administration would be doing full-on disclosure.
Okay.
First, it's the right thing to do for the victims. Second, they promised that they would be transparent about this. 3, the MAGA movement, as best we can tell, certainly many of its leaders, like you, are for it. But certainly, at least I surveyed I asked everyone on Two Way this morning on the morning meeting, go in the chat if you're a 3-time Trump voter, say what you think they should do, and very pro-disclosure. And 4, they've handled it badly in so many ways.
They have.
Just the politics of it suggests that the way to recover from such a poor handling of it would be to comply with the other 3 things. So what's on the other side? Why wouldn't they be disclosing? And the answers are not great either.
Okay, so in that question, why wouldn't they disclose? This does need to be talked about. At least I think it needs to be talked about because it's important. Why would you not disclose this? Well, frankly, if you want to make America great again, and you have a lot of issue people in your way, and they're not going to allow you to get legislation through, maybe you're using that as, say, blackmail. All these things as blackmail to make sure that people go your way. It's why we have so much winning. It's why the Republican Party is really quiet on this particular subject, but yet so very united, and just like getting the big beautiful bill passed and all that, right? I think, and it's not even that. I think maybe there's a lot of European, or not even just European, worldly leaders that he can use against them as well. And I think he's using the Epstein lists and everything as like leverage to be able to get what he wants in the world, and literally taking over the world because of it. Now, here's the question: would you rather be winning by blackmailing the entire world out of their evil deeds, and then turning things around and making America the greatest country in the world again? Or do you want to see the truth, and then everybody's like, fuck it, it's already out there, we're just going to do what we're going to do, and maybe even get some people so pissed off that they literally just go to war with America? Like, I don't know if it's that severe, but it would make a lot of sense if people like Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino have literally ran on, I am going to release this stuff. I'm going to release this stuff. The second they get in there, they're like, oh, we're going to release it. We're going to release it. We're going to release it. And then they actually look over everything and they go, yeah, so there was none. Yeah, we got in there. It's just nothing, it's just nothing. Whoopsies. It kind of makes you think.
They're trying to protect people, or there's an intelligence connection that they're trying to protect, as best I can tell. I struggle, despite what I said about the two-way community, I struggle with knowing whether there's political damage here for the president. In the midterms, people say, there won't be turnout in the midterms, or his approval rating will go down. MAGA is very resilient. MAGA fights with the president sometimes and then moves on. And I don't know that this is a qualitatively different case. There's a lot of emotion around this. There's a lot of resonance around it. There are a lot of leaders, including some MAGA leaders who often disagree, who seem to agree on this. There's not much support for the president's position, except for people who he hired. So I don't really know where it's going or how much damage it will do. But I do think that the two ledgers, the two sides of the ledger seem pretty clear. And it's incumbent upon them to not put out a statement or say some things on the fly, but to have a long and detailed explanation of why they're choosing the course they're choosing. Yeah. Because the way they've done it so far is only arousing suspicion.
Dude, that's okay. So what they actually need? Okay, so he hit a point there where it's like us MAGA American people, we have a bit of understanding. Hey, like, just come out with it, man. Like, dude, we can't release it. We can't release the full truth yet because it's vital information that can't come out yet. Okay, we would get pissed off, but at least they're giving us a reason why they're doing what they're doing, rather than saying, it just doesn't exist. I walked in there, I looked at everything, saw all the names, and then there was a ton of CP, tens of thousands of hours worth of CP, and, the kids, they were just fucking themselves. It was crazy. It was just a whole big fuck fest, an orgy of kids, I guess. That's all it was. Nobody else was involved, except for maybe Jeffrey himself. Jeffrey was fucking all the thousands of kids. It's like, dude, we're not that dumb. Don't insult us. We just went through 4 years of freaking blood, and you think we're going to fall for that? Hell no. Hell no.
Based on your reporting,
that's stupid.
Did the Trump administration think it would go away after a day or two with this kind of Sunday night leak strategy?
They did. And of course, as you know, they're leveraging the credibility of the director of the FBI and his deputy, two people who previously were, in the camp of saying there needs to be disclosure and concerned about a conspiracy. so I think they were trying to leverage that.
Is it just me or Megan spelled weird? That's a really weird spelling for Megan.
That is very weird.
I'm so...
Squirrel! Jesus, my ears.
Sorry. It's just so true, though. It's so true. I'm so ADD. Holy crap. I was just looking at that like, why is it spelled like that? God damn.
Did they think it would go away? Yes. You know, part of the issue here is, while MAGA media is quite interested, the dominant media, inexplicably to me, is not interested. Even though you've got now House Democrats writing a letter to the president saying he should put all this stuff out. I don't know why the press isn't interested in the story. It's a compelling story, just as a story.
Whoa, what do you say? Let me see.
You've got now House Democrats writing a letter. I think they were trying to leverage them. Did they think it would go away? Yes. You know, part of the issue here is, while MAGA media is quite interested, the dominant media
go grab me a pineapple. Actually, I think
You're out of pineapple?
Yeah, I think I only have orange left, actually. What happened to all my soda? Why is it gone? Yeah, go check for me.
Inexplicably to me, is not interested, even though you've got now House Democrats writing a letter to the president saying he should put all this stuff out.
Okay, I fucked that up.
I don't know why the press isn't interested in the story. It's a compelling story, just as a story. The whole thing is, but including this latest episode. But also the fact that Donald Trump is split from MAGA. So there are a lot of stories about the MAGA split, but there are not a lot of stories on TV, especially where Donald Trump pays attention, even though he doesn't like the dominant media, he pays close attention. There are not a lot of stories there about the underlying question, which is, where is justice for the victims? And so part of why they didn't think they'd pay a political price, and part of why I don't think they're as concerned as they might be, is this is a big topic of discussion on Megan's show, on your show, on X, but it's not a dominant conversation, you know, in the country at large in a way that would put more pressure on them.
Yeah, I think that's partially right. I think that it's growing. At least yesterday, I started to get non-political-ish people start to reach out as it's starting to penetrate more circles.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't want to spend our entire conversation on this, but I do find it to be interesting. I would say the last point on this, and we'll go to another topic, is this is one of the few instances, and maybe you can correct me, where it seems as if the president is...
Massage that foot, baby. Oh, I'm going to do a lot of walking later on around my palace with children. I'm sorry. ADD.
180 from his base. The only one I could think of is maybe the vaccine and the years after that, when he would go to rallies and sometimes get murmurs and even boos at times. Can you think of other examples potentially where, and how do those usually rectify? They just kind of go away? Is there an addressing?
Right. Well, I know you want to move on, and I've got so much to say about the thing you just
keep
asked.
Going.
But well, okay. So first of all, he's certainly adverse with the base on amnesty, path to citizenship, path to legal status for people who came to the country illegally. So that's another one right now where he's at least flirting with doing it differently than the base. So my monologue on my show today is about how Donald Trump makes decisions. And I think he's an extraordinarily underrated decision maker. And he's extraordinarily different than the other presidents I've covered in many of the ways he makes decisions. And one of those things is no decision's ever final.
What? Oh, you need me to open up? Okay, apparently I need to open this up. Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's not just me.
Holy. There we go. No muscle confirmed. I am a soy boy.
I think it's glued on there or something.
Yeah, it's definitely glued on. Why'd you put the super glue on before this?
To troll you live.
To troll me live? Okay, that's what it is. Cool.
Finally get?
Oh, yeah. Holy. That was beautiful. Well, thank you for super gluing it first.
What the heck?
Epic Chad confirmed.
How? Why? What?
I have the strength of a I have the strength of a normal man.
You have the strength of a fleet. Times a million.
He'll make a decision, and then he'll make a different decision. And sometimes it's 180 degrees different in response to it. I know that the people who
this is Trump's face when he's making a decision.
feel passionately about this feel passionately about
He's the orange man.
and I understand why. But I also know two other things. Number one, it doesn't affect their lives directly. You could say that it affects their trust in the president or their trust in his commitment to transparency or justice. But in the end, it doesn't affect their pocketbook directly. It doesn't affect their daily lives directly. And so I think the chances of it, so the risks of being at odds with some of MAGA are lower. Number two, whatever reason caused them to choose the course they've chosen so far must still be there. I was quite struck, I've said this several times already, the way he tried to shut the reporter down asking about the other day, I thought was a massive tell.
That was crazy.
It wasn't his usual, you're the fake news, you're asking questions.
No. It was a bad look. It was straight up a bad look. Actually, I'm going to go find this.
That don't matter. Because as you point out, this does matter to a lot of people who care about him and who he cares about. But if he simply sticks to whatever rationale he has for the course he's chosen, and other news occurs, which has already happened, and it never catches on with the mainstream dominant media, and if he can please MAGA some other way, I think he could stick to this. And again, I'd say, I'd like him, and I'd like the attorney.
Okay. So, I believe it's this one right here. So
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God, yoink! All right. So it's this one right here.
Could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure. Could I just are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking. We have Texas. We have this. We have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Hello?
That is unbelievable.
No, you're unbelievable.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
It's not a waste of time. The whole thing was
I can't believe you're asking a
2
question
hours
on
long.
Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration. But you go ahead.
Desecration?
Sure.
A fucking desecration? Yo. Tell me he's not like trying to tell you what you should and should not say. Like this is trash. Hell no, man. That's not good, dude. It's not good. You can't be doing that. It just no. I don't think that was the right choice for him. How dare you talk about this when we got these other things? This is a top 5 issue for all of the American people, and you're shoving it under the rug. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it matters to us. Like, hello?
I guess now we know why Elon was mad, eh?
What?
I guess now we know why Elon was mad, eh?
Yeah, I think Elon started seeing some things where he was like, hey. So in truth and reality, a lot like me, I'm technically a Democrat, although I'd be more of like a moderate Democrat. I'm all for Trump because I love America, you know? And I think Elon is the same. However, I think a lot of what Trump has been trying to do, Elon looks at it and goes, well, maybe not. Holy cow. So apparently, Pulse Chain is trending on X right now. How about that? Interesting. Okay. That's very off topic for what I'm doing right now, but I think that's fascinating that it is currently. So, sweet.
Attorney General and the FBI Director, I'd like them to explain not just the facts of what they did better, but the reason for what they did better. To say there's nothing to see here, we all know, anyone who's followed this at all knows that's not true. So I think that MAGA is very understanding when the president explains things, but he hasn't explained it.
By the time the show ends, another American family farm will shut down. Not because they stopped working, but because life plus $40 off. GoodRanchers.com. American.
Good job, Good Ranchers. You did a great job.
American meat delivered.
Yes, I'll take it.
Give me all the meat. In the attempt to move on, we're gonna stay on the topic. And I think that's right.
Watch him just Charlie Kirk, the abuser of mics.
We're gonna stay on the topic. I think that's right.
You better be good, Mike.
At least
you better be
talking
good.
About from the base perspective, the younger base in particular, there is this growing distrust of government, and it's actually really bad that people don't trust their government. I missed the country in the 1950s and 60s. I wasn't alive, but this idea that you trust your institutions and they tell you the truth. But this certainly doesn't help, does it, Mark? I mean, for trying to rebuild trust and trying to rebuild integrity in our institutions.
I'm going to propose something to you that just occurred to me. I'd like our shows together to do a joint focus group of young people who care about this issue. You and I will moderate. You and I will moderate it together. Let's recruit 12 young people. Let's get them on a Zoom. And let's let the White House hear their voices, because the fact that young people care about this more than older people, which you and I are hearing anecdotally all over the place, I'd love to give voice to that, because that is the big issue. And again, I'm not minimizing the responsibility our society has to the victims at all. But the longer term issue that runs parallel to that is trust in government. And it's a thing that needs to be put in sharper relief. Younger people really care about this more than older people in general. And the reasons for that relate, at least in part, to their incredulity that a government, particularly a government if they're MAGA, who they voted for and trust, could so fundamentally betray what they thought was going to happen and should happen. So let's get it set up. I love that idea. And
let me just elaborate more, is that this is a generation that they have been wronged by every power institution as long as they have been alive.
Exactly.
Exactly. And they saw Trump to be different in that way. Please, Mark.
Well, the reason I want to do this so much is because it's crazy. We live in a society with all this media, and you've not heard that a single place, right? Like one or two voices maybe on your show, my show, somebody you and I have talked to. But the country needs to see 12 young Trump voters saying, Mr. President, this is wrong, and here's why. Yeah. Here's why we feel so passionately about this. That voice needs to be put in sharp relief. It needs to be heard, and I'd like the president to hear it, because I suspect he hasn't.
I want to keep you for another segment here, Mark. And again, this is important, and I'll tell.
I think that's pretty good. This is good words when it comes to saying, hey, like, we're not happy with what you're doing, Trump. We're disappointed. We want the truth. We wanted the transparency. Frankly, this president, this whole administration is the most transparent that any administration has ever been. So it makes it all the more obvious when you're lying. And the fact that we have been subjugated to the freaking Democrats for so long, flat out lying, making us feel crazy and gaslit, because they're like, well, we're not wrong, you're actually wrong, and here's a flat out lie that we just came up with in the moment, and you're wrong for thinking the truth is actually all of these things that have evidence, right? Well, all right, we're pissed off at this. This is one of the top 5 things, I swear is top 5, that all of MAGA and Trump supporters voted on. And now you're trying to sweep it under the rug? Like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm sorry, but it is a big deal, okay? You just need to accept that. It is a freaking big deal, okay? And, yeah, I think unfortunately, this was a really bad mistake to happen just after July 4th. Like, the big, beautiful bill was passed. Gorgeous ceremony. All the B-52s were flying overhead. Everything was so good, so much good energy, and all of a sudden it's like, you just go and crash because of this one thing. I don't like it, and it makes me feel bad. But you know what? I guess the question now is, like, where are we going from here? You know, that's the next question. Where are we going from here? I hope that things will be getting better. There's rumors circulating that Trump has told Pam Bondi to release the damn files. But this has resulted so far, at least publicly, in nothing more than, oh, okay, we'll reopen them and we'll look at them. Do we really think we're gonna get more? I don't think so. I don't think that's exactly what they're gonna do. But I do believe that I do believe it would be best if they did release the files, unredacted. Obviously, we don't care about the victims. By saying we don't care about the victims, I mean we don't care about knowing who the victims are. We care about who the victimizers are. We want to know who are in the videos. So the second Pam Bondi's like, oh, we don't want to make the victims relive those tragedies again. We're not talking about the victims. Who are the faces of the dudes or even girls, like anybody? Who are the people? And I heard that there's a black book or like a list of some kind. Maybe they're in there. I don't know. This is really bad. I don't think we need to watch this. I think I'm done with this. Done. Boom. Poor Asmongold. I don't know. Let's hear his opinion. Let's just see what he has to say about this. Whoa, what the hell? Why is it always muted?
Department of Justice, Jeffrey Epstein was not murdered, and there was no client list. Well, that's convenient.
A new Justice Department memo reveals that the Justice Department has no evidence that convicted...
He thinks it's very convenient, yeah. This is CNN, by the way, too, so this is going to be as anti-Trump as possible.
...ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed powerful people or kept a client list or was murdered in prison. The memo, first reported by Axios, is a sharp turn from the Trump administration's insistence that there was much more to uncover. Even Attorney General...
See, that's what it was, is that they should have never said that. Like, how is it that you said that, but there was nothing to look at? Because they played this up so fucking hard for years.
Yeah.
Pam Bondi pushed that theory while in office. Take a look.
Yeah, I have it on my desk. It's ready to go.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
So it wasn't the files. She was explicitly asked about a list, and she said, it's sitting on my desk. It is referring directly back to the question about a list.
But today...
Damn, Asmon, your logic is sound. But no, I almost want to... That's a tough one because he did specifically ask for, do you have the list? And it did sound like in her full answer, if you listen to the full answer, it did sound like she's like, yeah, I have all the papers in front of me, including MLK and well, Jeffrey Epstein, MLK, and oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. The president got his head blown off. Holy. Kennedy. MLK?
Yeah.
Civil rights leader.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is Martin Luther King, and I'm
Martin Luther King. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about presidents.
No. Yeah, those files were in there too. Wow, the mind blank is for real. Holy shit. I'm just like yoink and
it's gone.
And it's gone. Like, wait a minute. Well, yeah, that's my speech impediment right there. Unfortunately. Yikes. Oh well, whatever. Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
The White House says she didn't really mean to suggest that the list itself was on her desk.
Everyone in chat.
She was saying the entirety of all of the
No!
So I think somebody just said I'm on the list.
Oh, dude. Oh. Poor Caroline. She got wrecked here. They asked, and she was like, you could tell that she was like nervous about her answer, and then the entire press conference after that, it was a bit awkward.
Paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein.
She's a very strong Catholic girl, And so her having to kind of like skirt her morals a bit by lying. I don't even know if she was lying. I think she legitimately didn't know the answer and was like, I don't know the answer, but I think I know what it is you're trying to do here. And I think she thought to herself that she basically failed her job when she answered.
Crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that.
Joining us now to discuss.
Yikes. The silence says it all. Yeah. Just don't, bro. Just don't. Don't.
Who the fuck believes this shit? Who the fuck believes this shit?
Exactly.
Like, what are we doing?
That's exactly what I've been saying. Like, nobody's
What are we
gonna believe
doing?
it.
Like, it's semantics. Yeah. It's.
CNN's Evan Perez and Axios' Alex Eisenstadt, who broke the story on Axios.
Yeah.
And Alex, I have to say, I'm with the people that still have questions.
Yeah, I
about
think
this.
a lot of people
I kind
are.
of don't buy the nothing to see here, and I don't know that the Justice Department helped their case. They released this video. Let's show it. It shows no one entered the area surrounding Epstein's cell in the hours before he died. But there's something significant about this videotape. What is it?
Well, here's one thing that some people on
There's
the
a minute
internet
missing.
are picking up on, which is that there is about a minute missing between 11:58 p.m. 58 seconds and 12 a.m. the night that Epstein was apparently killed or died. And so
The official story is that he died by suicide. That's what then Trump Attorney General Bill Barr said a few years ago.
Died. And so now there are, it's going to intensify more conspiracy theories about what happened the night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Epstein
I bet.
was dead. And of course, you have the DOJ and FBI now, which are trying to extinguish a lot of these conspiracy theories. But that's not happened today online. If you look at the MAGAverse, they're inflamed about this.
Well,
Did he just call it the MAGAverse? It's JFK all over again. Yeah, I know, right? Somebody in chat just said it's JFK all over again. Yeah, it is. It's JFK all over again. That's okay. We'll get the answers in 2065.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I wonder fucking why.
offense to Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, but they had a hand in igniting some of these conflagrations. I mean, in February, the White House...
Yeah, they never had... that. You did not have to go so hard about saying that it was going to come out if it wasn't going to come out or you weren't sure about it. So there's there are two outcomes that could have happened. Outcome number one is that they didn't actually know what they were talking about and they were just talking shit. Outcome number two is that they're hiding it. Both of them are awful.
House invited these conservative MAGA influencers to get a first look at the declassified documents related to the Epstein case. Look at that, all those
I don't know
binders.
what the hell they were talking about.
They gave them binders that said Epstein Files Phase 1. And Evan, at the time,
apparently there's only one phase.
One phase.
Wrote that this is
Pokemon card
something
binders.
of a self-own for the Justice Department. Why?
It's absolutely a cell phone. It is 100% a cell phone.
It absolutely was. Those binders, those documents in those binders, all of that was public for years. And that
Look. The most transparent administration. 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Bro. Oh, my God. Oh, this is such a bad look. Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's what the influencers found out. When they opened it up, they're like, wait a minute. All of this stuff has been out there.
It's old.
And the Justice Department could have helped themselves and perhaps reduce the embarrassment if they had just picked up the phone and talked to some of the prosecutors in New York and some of the FBI agents who had done this case, and they could have told them. All of this stuff has been out there. But you know why they didn't do that is because they fired all these people, so they didn't have anybody to talk to.
They could have asked them afterwards too. They could no, that's not it. They did it because it made them look good. I think that's the reason why.
Right?
Here, I got a crazy theory. Maybe they were hyping everything up to high hell because they thought something was actually there. And then when they actually dug into it, there was nothing there. And their thought was, uh-oh. What are we going to say? What are we going to do? I'm just saying, that's a possibility. I think they're fucking lying, but...
And so, this is something that they have absolutely fanned. And
so I agree with the questioning here. Does this make me a liberal or an independent since I voted for Trump? Can you guys please stop fucking trying to make every decision? Like, you don't have to label yourself. Sometimes, like, it's just, I really wish that... I wish that they would take the...
Well, we got his whole take on it. Overall, I think it's kind of shitty. I don't like where this has gone. I don't really... I'm just disappointed, frankly. It's like everything that Trump has been doing is like, we're constantly winning. This is exactly what I voted for. Winning, and then this happens, and you're like, huh. And I would say that the most damning evidence, or sorry, not evidence, but most disappointing thing that has happened out of this is Trump going out of his way to try and be like, you're still talking about Epstein, that creep. Like, bro, yes, everybody wants the files. You haven't given the files out. Everyone's mad over it. Can you just release the files? They don't exist. We all know they do. Stop, bro. Like, that's the problem. That's the issue. I think that's the... Oh, man. Right after July 4th, too. You know what? Okay, so this is an L. I think this is like the first L that we've taken so far. I do believe this is the first L that we've taken. And it is what it is, but, you know. I am a disappointed. That's all. But with that being said, I think I'll end the stream here. We went and looked at the Epstein stuff, got my opinions on it. I think there's a lot more things that need to be released. I don't know what the hell is going on in the Department of Justice, but something clearly happened where they said, we're going to release this. It's important for the people to know. They dug themselves into it, started looking at the stuff and said, uh-oh. The world is not ready. We can't do anything. And they dug such a hole that now they're backtracking. And their backtracking, unfortunately, is, can we play the Democrats' card of, is our audience stupid? And unfortunately for them, or I should say fortunately, no. That's the answer. We are not so stupid that we're just going to give into that crap. So, yeah, that's that. But, yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Make sure you like and subscribe. Subscribe for more opinions from a fucking retard like me. And go and enjoy your night.